everyone, and welcome to the Keys to On-Campus Living Move-In Edition.
That's right. It's that time of year again.
We are so excited, and I don't know if you can tell, but we are already decked out in all of our move-in gear.
That's right. We have our buttons, our fancy little move-in shirts,
hats, and some of the promo items that you can expect to see during move-in. We're going to be reaching new heights this move-in season.
Yeah, I love the theme. Love the colors. I think you're going to have a really great time with move-in this year.
Yeah, so we're super excited. During today's recording, we're going to be sharing all of the information that you need to know about this year's move-in, making sure that you are ready to go and that you have the smoothest move-in experience possible. These can be really fun days and also really stressful days.
Absolutely. I always make a guarantee that move-in will fall on the hottest day of the year, which if you've been outside at all in the last week, it's been brutal. So August is going to be super hot. There's going to be lots of tears, lots of laughter, lots of smiles. There's a whole range of emotions that'll happen.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that from the logistics side of it, you understand all of the moving pieces and that you are ready to go when you get here to campus. So as a review, your move-in dates are going to be August 7th through the 9th for the Kennesaw campus, and you're going to be moving in from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And on the Marietta campus, it's going to be August 8 and 9, again, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Those dates are going to be really important. You don't have 3 days to move in on the Kennesaw campus. A lot of people ask that.
No, do they really?
Yeah, they'll be like, so I could just like come whenever? And I'm like, no, that's not how that works.
Yeah, we have to have structure to this. It's organized chaos is what we call it.
Exactly. So a lot of information is going to be found on our website. And the first thing that we're going to talk about, of course, is the move-in arrival times.
Yes.
Which are going to make a lot of sense when we talk about not having 3 days to move in.
Right. And before we get to that, the housing website has a move-in page that our marketing team has put together. It has everything you need. I believe there should be a QR code on the screen right now that takes you to that page. It literally has everything. It has our pre-arrival checklist, all what you can and can't bring, how to pick a move-in time, all the things you need to know. So please make sure you review that page. It has our maps too that we'll talk about in a little bit, but it has all the information you need, but we're just here to help guide you to find that information. Yeah. So move-in arrival times, those start soon. Right now in the housing portal, you should have a time ticket that is your time to go pick your move-in arrival time. Now we get a lot of questions about this. So again, Catherine just said the move-in dates, August 7th through 9th for Kennesaw, August 8th and 9th for Marietta. When your time ticket opens, you can now go pick the exact day and 30-minute time frame that works best for you and your family to arrive on campus.
So I have 30 minutes to move in all my stuff?
No, you don't.
That's the question that we get.
So again, we describe this as organized chaos. There's going to be a ton of traffic on campus. So we try to stagger people arriving on campus. So we ask that you arrive within that 30-minute time frame that you've picked in the housing portal. All this does is ensure that we're managing traffic as best we can. But once you go through the check-in process, you can take as long as you need to unload your car, set up your room, run to Target or Walmart, grocery store, get any items you might have forgotten or decided you would buy once you got here. Now, one of the questions we get is, how many people can I bring to move in? We're not the police, we're not going to kick anybody out, but for the kindness of others and just for the sake of the amount of people we're going to have on campus, we're asking you to bring 2 to 3 family members or friends. I just learned the term supporters.
Yes.
Bring 2 to 3 supporters to move in to help you unload and get settled in.
They want to do matching t-shirts, you know that.
Oh yeah, we see it all. We've seen a gang of 10 people all wearing the student's face on their shirt. It's move-in day 2023.
Have them meet you for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, meet up for dinner after you've set up your room and wear your matching t-shirts then.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. Now, if for some reason you do not pick a move-in arrival time, you do not get to move in. I'm kidding. You can still move in, but you're going to get communication from us that is very targeted of what you haven't done yet. Mm-hmm. Please pick a move-in arrival time. It allows us to predict the high points in the day and low points, and just helps us give our students and parents the best experience possible. Once you pick an arrival day and time, you can change it or reschedule it as long as there are spots available. And there's a slide on the screen right now that shows you how to do that process. It's also on our move-in website. if you log into the housing portal and you see that a specific day or a specific time is completely unavailable, we can't accommodate any special request. We have a very systematic way of figuring out how many move-in time slots we can allow within a given period, just based on our years of doing this. And so we can't, if something's not available in the housing portal, we can't really assist you. You're just going to have to change plans.
Yeah. Or you come to campus on that move-in arrival time that you have selected, there's going to be a pre-arrival checklist that you need to complete. And on our website, you'll be able to find this pre-arrival checklist on that move-in page. So please make sure that you go and check that out before coming to campus. These are all things that must be completed before you actually come to campus. And the first thing is going to be to set up your mobile talent card. So your mobile talent card is something new this year. We are rolling out this program for the first time.
Super excited about it.
It's awesome. And so this year, instead of having a physical printed ID, everything is loaded on your smartphone and your Apple Watch. If you have an Apple Watch or a smartwatch, you can load it on there. It makes it super convenient. You don't have to have a lanyard sticking around your neck, looking for your talent card, digging through your bags, packing it in your suitcase.
Which happened all the time.
It happened all the time. And so this, you're not gonna pack your phone away,
no.
Which makes it really easy. So before coming to campus, please make sure that you have completed the steps to setting up your mobile talent card and downloading it to the wallet on your phone. When you get to campus, we'll make sure that you hit a hotspot so that it activates your access so that you're ready to get into your room. And the next thing you're gonna need is your 6-digit lock access pin. So this is something that you're going to set up before coming to campus. And basically everyone that lives on campus needs it.
Absolutely. It's part of our extra layer of security that we offer to our students. If someone were to get a hold of your watch or your phone, they can't just go tap and get into your personal space and rifle through your stuff. They have to also know your unique 6-digit PIN to punch in the PIN, then you present your mobile ID, then you can get into the space. So it's there for your protection.
Yeah, and one of the questions that we get is, okay, do me and my roommates need to have the same PIN? Absolutely not. It is individual for you. It is connected to your talent card and your account. So make sure that you set that up before coming to campus. If you don't have that set up, when you get to your door, it's not gonna open.
That's right.
It just won't work. And so then you'll have to add more steps before you can even get into your room. So make sure that this is set up before you come to campus. And it's very important that, again, that is a unique PIN that you remember. Don't make your parents set it up.
Please don't.
So that the student needs to know the number.
and there are some rules. You can't have just 6, like 111111.
Yeah.
It can't be your birth date. I don't think it can be any part of your KSU ID number. So it's got to be something unique to you. I almost told you what my PIN was and the strategy I used for that.
So find a number that makes sense for you. Again, it's going to be 6 digits. Make sure that is set up before you come. Other things that you need to do are complete the KSU immunization requirements. If you're unsure what those are, please make sure that you check our website to see what those are. And remembering that the payment deadline is also going to be coming up. So August 16th is a very important day for all students. It is the drop ad deadline and it is also the payment deadline. So drop ad means that you can't change your classes after that time. And then that payment deadline means that you need to have all things set up in terms of setting up a payment plan or having everything completely paid for by that date. It's all done through the bursar's office, so please reach out to them if you have any questions. You'll also want to make sure that you are purchasing a parking permit if you're planning to park your car on campus. So if you're going to be bringing a car with you and parking it while you live on campus, please make sure that you have a valid parking permit or you're going to get a citation.
That's right.
That's kind of how it works. So make sure that you've got that set up and that you review our packing list. So we get a ton of questions about what can I bring, what can I not bring, can I bring my turtle? You know, that actually happens. It's like, can I bring my turtle and my lizard? No, you can't. Yeah. So leave those at home. And also, you know, appliances that you can bring. How big does your mattress need? Is your mattress going to be in your room? And what kind of sheets do you need to have? So all of that is already on our website in the pre-arrival checklist and in the packing list. So please make sure that you check that out before you come to campus. One more thing that we want to mention in terms of the pre-arrival checklist, which is optional, but highly encouraged, is renter's insurance. So we talk about renter's insurance quite a bit because while you may be the brightest student to ever come to KSU, you don't know your neighbor.
Right. You don't know who you're living next to or below or above.
Yeah.
Lots of things happen. And working in the housing and residence life, we see it all and have seen it all. So we encourage renter's insurance for every student coming to campus. We've partnered with GradGuard. It's in our housing portal. You can always opt in to get that coverage. You also might be covered under your parent or guardian's homeowner's policy, but please make sure you check that. We've had instances where a sprinkler head has gone off and a student's items have all been ruined. We do not cover that. We do not cover the replacement or repair for lost, stolen items, damaged items when you live on campus.
Yeah, so it's very important that you protect yourself and your items while you're here on campus. Again, GradGuard is awesome. It's available through the housing portal, so it makes it super easy to sign up for. So just make sure you explore your options before coming to campus. Again, this is optional, but definitely highly encouraged.
Strongly encouraged, yes. I can tell you we have 5,900 students who live on campus. I have a portal where I can see who's covered and who's not. We have about 2,400 students who are covered, so that's less than half.
Yeah. So get on it before you move in.
Yes, please.
So there's sometimes a special population of students who will ask about early move-in and can I move in earlier than August 7th through the 9th? So what about early move-in?
So there are only 2 groups that get to move in early before that August 7th, and they have affiliation with the university. That is our Marching Owls and our Panhellenic recruitment women. Marching Owls, they are going to be moving in Saturday, August 3rd. And the Panhellenic women are going to be moving in on Sunday, August 4th. Now, each of you has a unique web page dedicated to you of how you get on that list. I can tell you I'm in touch with Brandon and Stacy. I've gotten the initial list. You have to register to either go through recruitment or to audition to be in the Marching Owls. You have to go through them. They give me the list of who's approved to move in early or not. And so you have your own time ticket. When your time ticket opens, you'll see your specific Marching Owls or Panhellenic recruitment page that you can choose from. But again, please read all the emails on our website for any information about that. If you have questions, please reach out to Talon One or the Marching Owls or Panhellenic recruitment office.
Yeah. All right, so now let's get into the good stuff.
This is the most fun day of the year for all of us.
It really is. We look forward to it all year long. And like once we finish one move-in, we're like, okay, what are we gonna do next year?
Yeah.
It's like,
exactly.
Okay, how are we gonna make it better next year? And so we get so excited about it. This is the time to get out your pen and paper and take notes. These are the details.
These are the deets for move-in.
Yeah.
We consider this our Super Bowl. It's our first chance to make a great impression on our parents and students. We take great joy and great pride in our move-in process, so let's break it down.
Let's do it.
Move-in. I already mentioned it's gonna be hot as all get out. So please prepare for that. Make sure you're wearing sunscreen, staying hydrated. We will have EMS on site in the event that someone has a medical emergency. It has happened in the past, so please make sure you're taking care of yourselves.
Yes.
But let's get into it. Student and parent check-in. So students are the only ones who will be allowed into our check-in process. If you are a parent traveling alone with maybe some belongings or whatnot, we're gonna ask that you head straight to the unloading zone. Now, we've tried to start separating parents and students at orientations and things like that, so hopefully it's not too much of a shock.
Separation anxiety.
Separation
kicks in
anxiety.
really strong.
Trust your children. They're all smart young adults. They can do it without you. But the students will go through the check-in process. And on the screen, you should be seeing our move-in maps and how to follow those. They're incredibly detailed. You can't miss it. But it depends on what community you're in. Each community has a different driving route. So please make sure you take a look at that.
To make sure, some people will get confused and they're like, I actually don't know what community I live in.
Great question.
So important that you go inside the housing portal and look at what room booking you have. Sometimes it's in there as like little letters.
Yeah.
You know, so like VS versus UV versus HH. So just make sure that you read carefully what community you are actually going to.
Yes, that is a great tip. Please make sure you acquaint yourself with the move-in map before you get there. But we'll have tons of signage out there for you so you don't get lost and are just driving around campus in circles. So we have for the last, I think this will mark 10 years, possibly, maybe it was year 11, that we do a drive-through check-in process. So we know it's August. We try to be as efficient as we can with your time and our time. We stand out in the heat for you. And so the way this works is students will go to, on the Kennesaw campus, they'll navigate to the central deck. And on the Marietta campus, they'll navigate to the east parking lot. And there you'll see, you can't miss us. You'll see a team of people who are there to help and assist. Again, parents, if you're traveling alone and that student is not in the car with you, go straight to the unloading zone. You will be rerouted around the check-in process, again, just for traffic flow purposes. We mentioned the arrival times. Please arrive within that 30-minute window of time that you picked in the housing portal. And as Catherine mentioned, have your mobile Talon card already loaded on your phone and ready to go. If you decide to wait until the day that you're moving in to set up your mobile credential, there will be delays in your process. And we're trying to avoid all that for everybody. Again, 6-digit PIN, got to have that set up. And then from there, you'll get checked in those parking lots in the central deck and the east lot. And then the students will flow to the unloading zone. So parents, if you're anxious about letting your student fly alone, it's only going to take a couple minutes. We are so efficient with our process, your student will meet you at the unloading zone within a matter of minutes.
Yeah, the only reason that they won't meet you very quickly is if they haven't completed those 2 steps that we talked about in the pre-arrival checklist. So if they don't have their mobile Talon card set up, then they're going to have to leave the line to set up their mobile Talon card, set up their 6-digit lock pin, and then get back in line to check in. So as long as both of those things are fully completed, then there's no reason that the check-in process shouldn't go very smoothly. But if they aren't completed, we will ask them to leave the line so that we can continue with our check-in process, and then they will need to come back and rejoin us later.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get to unloading. This is the stressful part of the day. We've taken the easy part out for you where we're outside in the heat. Now it's your turn. So each community has a very specific unloading zone that you're going to navigate to. And that's where you're going to meet up with your family with all the t-shirts. Again, there will be lots of signage directing you to the unloading zones. We do have those big, if you've looked at old photos of move-in, those big rolling bins. They're gigantic plastic bins on caster wheels. We don't have a lot of those, and I don't think we've ever revealed this exact number, but on the north side of the Kennesaw campus, we have 2,400 students checking in over 3 days. We have 120 of those bins. So you can do the math.
Yeah.
Those bins you can check out for an hour, and it's yours to move stuff from your car to your room, from your car to the room. Every year we say this, but please, if you have the means, bring your own wagon, your own dolly, something else, because if you're waiting on those bins, you might be waiting for several hours as those get cycled through and are taken up by families and students. Each community has a different number, but I just wanted to give that example of 2,400 students, 120 bins. So not everybody's going to get one. But if you are one of the lucky ones and you're there to check out a bin, we are going to do that electronically this year. Previously, we've collected driver's licenses and things like that. It's all going to be done in our housing software system. You get the bin for 1 hour, and then what we ask is, after you have unloaded the car and all the belongings are in the room, please move your car somewhere else. Because again, every 30 minutes, we've got another wave of parents and students coming in, and we just ask that you move up in the parking deck or just allow them to have the same experience you did to get a nice, good parking spot. More things, wear comfortable shoes, take the stairs.
I've seen people come in like wedges
and high heels.
This is not the day.
Yeah, it's not a beauty pageant.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to sweat.
It is a hot day. There's a lot of walking. We encourage you to take the stairs if you've got the muscles to do so.
Yep.
So tennis shoes.
Again, we have elevators in all of our buildings, and most of them, but the elevators, again, that's a clog point for a lot of people. They wait a long time on an elevator when you could just, if you're 1 floor up, you could be done by now. We will have water and shade available at the information tents, but again, I mentioned sunscreen. Please make sure you're slathering that on and staying hydrated. I think those are the 2 biggest keys.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know that's a lot of information, but again, it's going to be reviewed in our website. So if you forgot everything we said, just go back to our page because we've gotten written down for you there. But we'll go ahead and take some frequently asked questions. These are questions that you all have submitted that we want to make sure that we review for you.
Can you move in late? Yes, you can move in late. Let's say you miss your 30-minute window. Everybody has emergencies come up. We've had car accidents in the past. We've had family, medical emergencies. Flights get delayed. You can check in late. That's why we ask everybody to pick a move-in arrival time. If you don't move in by the time we shut down move-in, you're going to get an email with what your next steps are. And I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but it's really cool. It's really neat. We just went fully keyless. We don't have any bedroom door keys anymore, and so we're able to offer something we haven't been able to offer in the past. But you can move in late. We will have staff on site on Saturday, August 10th, and then limited staff available on Sunday, August 11th.
Another question that we get all the time, we did review it, but want to make sure that we emphasize it, is how many guests can I bring? How many cars can I bring? Another one that I'm just going to throw in there, what kind of car can I bring?
I was just about to say.
Yeah, because someone's going to show up in a U-Haul. It won't fit. It doesn't fit.
Every year we say, please don't bring a U-Haul, and we have 6 or 7 show up.
Yeah, and it's like, where are you going to put all this stuff?
Yeah, or also really big trucks
that
don't fit. In the central deck, there is a height limit. I wish I knew what it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
But there are some people in those big monster trucks that just can't fit into the deck.
Yeah, so bring 2 to 3 guests if possible. If you've got little siblings, don't leave them at home, right? But in terms of like bringing a ton of extended family in a really big group, we ask that you just limit it to 2 to 3 people if possible. It's mostly because our hallways can get really tight. There are literally thousands of people on campus on these days, hundreds moving in at the same time. It is very warm, and so limiting the number of people will just make sure that we have easier flow.
Again, all that we ask is that you be considerate of the other families moving in. So if you're rolling 10 cars deep, you're taking up 10 parking spots from people that are actually here to move in and are going to have a really long, sweaty, stressful day.
Absolutely, but no U-Hauls, please. They don't fit.
They do not. If we see you rolling through our streets in a U-Haul, we're going to cordon you off. You don't get to go. You don't get past go. You park in a place that's real far away from the building.
Yeah, it's very far. I did see someone once getting a full-size refrigerator out of a U-Haul, and it's like, where are you going to put that?
Yeah.
It doesn't fit anywhere.
Yeah, we have size requirements on our refrigerators. It's on the website, what to bring, what not to bring.
It's on the packing list, so go check that out. So, Chris, who do I reach out to if I've got questions after today? Like I watched this video, I looked at your website, but I still have questions. Who do I call?
I can't imagine that you would have questions because everything is available on the website. But if you do, the Talon One Service Center is a one-stop shop for all things campus services and KSU related. 470-578-8666. Is that it? Yeah.
I think so.
8663 T1.
We'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, it's on the screen for you. Anyway. That team there can answer any question that you have related to move-in or campus services in general.
All right, so once you are on campus, you're gonna talk about how do I get this room ready? What do I put inside of it? And like starting your experience of living on campus, which is really exciting. I would say the first part of this is always to look at our packing list 100%. So that you know what to bring and what not to bring. So a lot of it will be covered there. But if you forget something, make sure that you stop by the market or the bookstore. They're going to be open on those move-in dates. We've got a market actually up in the north side of campus, so near University Village, the Village Suites, and KSU Place. We've got the UV market up there. There's also one in the Student Center and in the Marietta Student Center as well. So they've got kind of like last-minute items. Something that someone always forgets to bring is toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Make that the last thing you pack, so
yeah.
It's the first thing you unload.
So if you forget your toilet paper, they're gonna have some
got you.
at the market. So again, just make sure that you check that out. There's also gonna be some great information for you to start settling in while you're here on campus. So it's gonna be the welcome website that you're going to have to check out. It's gonna have some important information for you to know. And in your room, you're also going to find an emergency information magnet on the door of your unit. Now, this magnet is going to include really important phone numbers and just contacts that you're going to need on campus from departments like Talon One, which we've talked about before, but also University Police and the RA on call and a ton of other ones that you're going to need to know. So make sure that you check that out. It's probably a good idea to take your phone out and save those numbers to your phone in case you do experience some kind of emergency while you're on campus. And then this is also a great opportunity for you to start knowing who your RA is. So your RA or resident assistant is the person who is in charge of your area and your community. They are going to be kind of your first point of contact if you ever need anything on campus. They're gonna reach out to you via email before you move in to introduce themselves to you. They'll probably share their email. Sometimes RAs create group me's or like group chats.
Still do that, yeah.
Yeah, so like with all of the residents in there so you can know them and know who to reach out to. So just make sure that you're checking that out before you get to campus and start making those contacts.
Yeah. And once you get here, you're going to have a ton of people wearing shirts like this that are here to answer any question you need. We do have some information booths that are located in every community who can answer any questions about move-in or general KSU information. We do have a Wi-Fi company we contract with. It's called Apogee, and they provide excellent Wi-Fi for our students. But you'll have to register an account with them and register each device. If you have any questions about that, they have 24/7 customer support. You can text them, you can call them, you can email them. If you have anything in your room that is imperfect, we do the best job we can to prepare 5,900 beds. Our facilities team is really out there grinding the next couple weeks to get these rooms ready. If something doesn't meet your expectations or needs attention in terms of a repair, the maintenance request will be through the housing portal. You can't see it now because it's not there until you're checked into your room, but once there, you'll see a little maintenance tab in the gold menu bar. Card services will be at the Talon One Service Center to help with any issues setting up your mobile credential or any issues in general. And then any staff member, we're here to help. We have over 200 staff members who are going to be on site just from Housing and Residence Life to answer any questions that you have. So yeah, we're almost to the end, and we have to address a pretty sore subject. Those of you watching this who have a room and are super excited to move in, there's a whole nother population of students who do not have a room yet on campus. So we are still aggressively filling our wait list students into rooms. But just so you know, July 26th, that is the last day we will do room placements for fall. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to end up on campus. We just have to pause that process so that we can fully move our attention to move-in and really providing a great experience on those days. Once school starts, any student that did not show up to, this is important for everybody, at 9 a.m. on the first day of school, if you have not been checked into your room officially, we will drop you from your room because we need those spaces for the wait-listed students. Mm-hmm. Every year we have about 100 to 200 students who picked a room in April, have gone through orientation, for whatever reason their plans changed and they have not told us. So 9 a.m. on that first day of classes, we're going to drop students who haven't shown up, and then we will start resuming waitlist placements from then on. So don't lose hope yet. You know, if your number's low, I'm not going to quote a number here, but if your number is low, you might have a chance of getting an email the first couple weeks of school.
Yeah. So make sure that you're just checking your email constantly. I think that's something that we say all the time since step one of the housing application.
And we have been texting room offers too. So if you have opted into texting through our housing portal, we've been texting on top of emailing.
Yeah, and if you haven't opted in for texting, make sure that you do that.
Yeah.
It's such a great option to have to be able to get that information really quickly. You're more likely to look at those text messages anyway. So it's just to make sure that you don't miss any deadlines or any important events and information that you're gonna need from housing. So make sure that you opt in. So after you're settled into your room, that's when the fun begins.
That's right.
Yeah.
Your college journey starts.
Exactly. And so we've got events happening all 3 nights of move-in to make sure that our students are having a great experience while they are here on campus. And we're going to kick it off on August 7th at 6 p.m. with Trailblazer Trivia at the Commons. This is especially exciting because the Commons has been closed all summer. And it's going to be fully renovated on the inside. It's literally gutted in there right now.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's a construction zone, a true construction zone. But it's going to look so great when it opens up in the fall. And this is the first event that we're going to have there. And it's going to be for these only for these students that have moved in.
It's like an exclusive sneak peek.
It really is. Yeah, they're going to be the first people to eat at the Commons and experience an event at the Commons on August 7th. So please make sure that you come out to that. It's going to be super fun. We're going to do round 2 of Trailblazer Trivia, but at Stingers on the 8th. Yeah. So the next day on the Marietta campus, we're going to have a trivia session there for all the students moving in on the Marietta campus, which is going to be super fun. And then we kick it off really big with our huge kind of like signature event for move-in, and it's going to be called Party at the Peak this year. It's a silent disco event that we've been doing for
I think this is year 4.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, like 3 or 4, which is super exciting. Students love it. It is so much fun. If you've never been to a silent disco, you have to come.
It's a very strange thing.
Yeah.
It's fun. Everybody's wearing headphones and they can hear the music and they're dancing, but it's totally quiet outside unless they start singing along.
Yeah, it's very, very unique to be a spectator of.
Yeah.
So even if you're super shy, still come out because you'll love the people watching.
Yeah, because there's some new elements that we've added this year that we're not going to announce here. You got to come to the party.
Absolutely,
at the peak.
really, really fun surprises. So we've got food, we've got giveaways, we've got other cool surprises that are going to be coming up. So please make sure that you come out to this event. Doors are going to open at 6 o'clock, but the event won't start till 7, and it's going to be in the ARC Amphitheater. So ARC, for those who are new and don't know all of our little acronyms, is the Austin Residence Complex, which is our upper class housing community on the south side of the Kennesaw campus. And there's an amphitheater there. It's a great event space. And so we'll have buses that we'll have students from bringing students from the Marietta campus. So even if you're in Marietta, it's for you. This event is for everybody.
Yeah.
So don't miss it. Definitely come out and see us during that event. And then one of the other best ways to get connected with us before coming to campus is social media. So we are very active on our social accounts. We're so excited. We're doing all sorts of content to get really excited for move-in. So make sure that you follow us at Housing KSU on Instagram, that you connect with Talon One if you've got any other questions, and that you check our website if you've got questions after today.
If you forget anything, or if you remember anything from this video, please check the website.
Check the website, yeah.
And check your emails. We'll be sending a
Absolutely.
lot of information coming soon.
So complete that pre-arrival checklist, do all the steps that you need to do, and move-in is gonna be a really, really fun and great experience for you and your families.
Yeah, we can't wait to welcome you to campus.
See you soon.